One of the things I notice every time I look at the budget papers, and I think this is because, like I grew up in a country town in a regional area, is the weight of regional Australia in terms of their contribution, and not just agriculture, export dollars, of course, but a lot of our mining exports, our resource exports come from regional communities. And I'm not so sure that those in urban areas understand that, appreciate that enough. They talk down regional Australia, call them rednecks. They think that their votes can be basically dismissed because the big seats, the big numbers are in our big cities around the country. And there's anger also involved in all of this now with the rollout of renewables and the way in which a lot of regional communities and profitable, really good farmland will now be crisscrossed and basically put out of operation due to transmission towers and wind farms and these massive solar panel installations. How do you think regional Australia feels this budget week?
I think somewhat cynical and forgotten, but probably increasingly alarmed at the direction of things. It's very interesting that we've had reports recently, astute observation made the other day, is that we, like most countries in the world, we have a cost of living crisis, but we also have a cost of manufacturing crisis. It's costing so much to do business in this country that our biggest single manufacturing sector, which is food production and fibre production and drinks production, servicing the Australian people and many times more people internationally because we export so much, it's at risk in this country. Can you believe it? And maybe that'll be a wake-up call for people. The regions matter, and we have a government backed by Greens and independents who seem determined to even push the government's not only ignorance of what we do in the regions, but frankly, their desire to shut down every industry that creates wealth. I mean, we're against all the things, it seems, that make us money. And the response needs to be calm, tough reason. Again, a lesson from history. The 80s were not good years for farming, and we had a Labor government that in some ways was certainly better than the current Labor government, a lot better. But agriculture was being ignored. And with the leadership of the NFF and country members of Parliament, a really calm, determined, won't back away approach was adopted to tackling the government of the day. There was an incredible rally in Canberra. The Prime Minister, Bob Hawke, came out to address it. And it started to create some movement that was backed by careful research and policy development, not just whinging.
John, a quick comment on Labor's move to ban live sheep exports. There was a mass walkout today from a speech by the Agricultural Minister, Murray Watt. What's your comment there?
I find this inexplicable. I go back to what I said a moment ago. They seem to be determined to close every industry that you could think of that actually creates wealth and actually, frankly, when it comes to food exports, helps us play our role in feeding people internationally. And I have every confidence that live exports can be managed in a humane way. And farmers do actually care about their animals. Might surprise people, but you don't get good quality prices for poor quality stock, and you don't get good quality stock if you don't look after them.
John Anderson, terrific as always. See you next time.